Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. We now have a Space Marine in our squad, which is very cool. I am a little worried that our Space Marine is going to be so much better than everyone else that is going to cause us issues with party selection, but hey, we'll need to see. Before we worry about that though, we're going to have to speak to them and level them up. Let's speak to them first. Hello Ulfar.
Let us raise our cups at Vater, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come.
Why do you call me Edvator?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edvater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edvater.
Thank you for this honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.
How are you planning on getting out of here?
I have had a few thoughts on that score, but don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you.
It appears that this warrior of the Emperor is blessed with brute strength, but is neither cunning nor ingenious. He is clumsily attempting to hide his total lack of strategy for escaping behind tantalizing evasions. Although that was the failed perceptions, that might mean that he does have a plan. Why do you devour your enemies?
Why do you think?
The Homophagia is clearly involved here, the genetic gift granted to the Astartes by the Emperor. This organ links the brain and stomach of a space marine, allowing him to absorb information from the genetic code of any flesh he consumes. Oh. It has to do with the Homophagia, yes?
You are very well informed. Far more than a common mortal ought to be. Yes. It is true that I have gorged on the flesh of my enemies to reap the secrets from the steaming flavor of their meat. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape.
Tell me about your brothers, the Space Wolves.
Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions. But you, I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris?
Who are the Space Wolves?
Vilka Fenrica. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors. His executioners, his retribution. Our fearless Wolf King is Leman Russ, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fang, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are!
Glory to the Wolves of Fenris! Smiling in satisfaction, the wolf graces you with a magnanimous nod.
But there is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mead we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk, and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mead. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants.
Fenris, what's it like?
Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hellwinter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow wyrms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens. And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken, waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan, crows circle over battlefields, and wolf howls rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it.
Ulfar concludes wistfully.
Tell me, Edfater, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris?
You mentally go through the list of deadliest creatures on Fenris, but your thoughts seem to settle on one strange name. Wraith Badger. Or Wrath Badger. You have read about this animal, a small and ferocious creature about which very little is known. The Wrath Badger.
No, you are... What? Why the Wrath Badger?
Little is known about it. That means hunters fear to encounter it, and it is the most dangerous.
Very good. I hope to tell you about the black curse of the Wolfen, but your answer wasn't bad either. Wrath Badger.
I still wish to hear about the Curse of Wolfen.
The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor.
In icons I have seen, Astartes look much less wild.
Our gene seed is unique. Lehman Russ blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris.
For a Space Marine chapter, you are far from orthodox.
The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that promise.
What do you believe in?
We believe in the great wolves, in the deadly Blackmane and fierce Drakan the Thunderwolf, in redoubtable Hagar the Mountain Wolf, and in the Blooded Hunter. In the wolf that stalks between stars, who follows us wherever we may go. And in the uncanny two-headed Morkai, guard of the realm of the dead. Only the great wolves show us their favor. The others are more malign, but each teaches us a lesson. For that, we praise and honor them.
Does that mean that you do not believe in the immortal Emperor of humanity as a god?
The All-Father is not a god. He is the best of all humans, our perfect forebear. His blood flowed through the veins of Lehman Russ, and Russ's blood flows in me. Does that make me a god? My respect for him has no end, and I am ready to die for him. But what place does faith have here? Is the All-Father like the massive iron wolf, whose every tuft of fur forms a mountain on the surface of Fenris? Or is he as enormous as the Sun Wolf, which rises to hunt every morning and fills our world with light? The All-Father is not a god, but the highest of humanity. Ordinary humans struggle to grasp this. But we, his warriors and offspring, remember the truth.
I think I'm just going to say I see here. I don't think that we have, at points, followed the Emperor. We've done praying to rid ourselves of things. So, I don't know. I think we'll just say I see.
It is difficult for non-Fenrisians to grasp our wisdom. It comes along with the cold and death.
What else do your wise priests do?
Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in throne runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans.
You suddenly feel a whisper of something menacing radiating from Ulfar. A necklace of various formidable-looking teeth hangs around his neck, and the teeth are carved with intricate wounds. Is that a powerful charm, I say, pointing at the wolf necklace?
The All-Father gifted you with strong intuition. This was made by Skjadi Twice-Thinker. The spirits liked him, and one could feast a whole long Hellwinter night to the words of his saga. So keen was his mind. He was my friend.
Ulfar's face, lit a moment ago with ruthless pride, seems to darken as if a shadow passed across it. You spoke of full names that give you strength. What is your name in that case?
Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me.
Given the warrior's boastful nature, the indifference with which he revealed his name is surprising. Seems he does not trust you enough to disclose his true name. I understand.
Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lacan the Ruined Wolf.
My curiosity has been satisfied.
Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue.
How did you end up here?
What do you want to know? What brought the space wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's dark city?
Why did you come to the Koronus Expanse?
An inquisitor by the name of Kalkazar put out a call for aid. My wolf lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally, but a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand.
Though it wields immense power, when it comes to the Astartes, even the Inquisition chooses to make requests rather than commands. The Space Wolves are not known for being close allies of the Inquisition. How strange then that the chapter sent not 1 but 2 squads in response to this request, when 1 squad alone is capable of crushing a planetary uprising. 2 packs just like that. The Space Wolves must have taken this request seriously.
Insightful. We'd had no dealings with this Kalkazar before this, and we did not trust him. 2 packs meant twice as many eyes to watch out for his games and schemes. And then... The Koronus Expanse is a wild hunting ground teeming with prey. And the Space Wolves will be the first to turn its snow scarlet. The Jarl decided to send the most indomitable hunters who hunger for honor and bloodshed. 1 pack would have fulfilled its duty for the sake of pride, but two would seek to outdo each other for the sake of glory.
What debt did you owe the Inquisitor?
He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism, and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger, and swear an oath of friendship.
Why did the Space Wolves not trust the Lord Inquisitor?
The Inquisition. Pah! Rats! Scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame.
You know the story. After the first war for Armageddon, in which the Space Wolves and the forces of Armageddon fought off the terrifying incursion of the arch-enemy, the Inquisition ordered that the heinous event be covered up and the planet's mortal defenders be thrown into labor camps and sterilized. The wolves defended their erstwhile comrades and evacuated many people to Fenris. The confrontation ended in a bloody massacre, and the courts of the Inquisition have not appeared in Fenris' system ever since. I've also met Xavier Calcazar. I think I do trust him.
Do not be taken in, Edfater. His words are persuasive. But until I see the blood trophies that prove his valor and loyalty, I will not be putting my back to him. That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood.
What do you know of Xavier Calcazar's plans and objectives?
In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle.
How did you end up a captive?
We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, two of my battle brothers descended up the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again.
What happened to the other 2?
They fell. With honor.
Your fallen brothers, who were they?
Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat and mead. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger.
Ulfar lets out a sudden growl and pins you with an icy glare that sparks something within you. Awareness of the monstrous chasm separating you and the ancient superhuman standing opposite. I'm sorry they died.
Yes, so am I.
Tell me about your time in Komarag.
These are dark days you are asking about, Edfater. Let my keen-edged friend be a witness to the ferocity of my words. I was given to Tarvantius for his amusement. In the arenas of Camorra, Astartes are a rarity, and he sent me out there to kill gladiators. Living as an inglorious butcher and a Xenos' puppet, I hated it constantly, every moment. I had to take care of my mind before it was twisted to the seven hells. Every morning I made entreaties to the Allfather, and every night I appealed to Ross. I trained my body, read the litanies, and in the darkest moments I recited my own saga. I recalled every battle, every wound, every brother. And that is how I survived. I always survive.
I see.
This was a bleak saga, Itfator.
Answer a few questions about yourself.
Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust.
I must take my leave.
Fenris Hilda, Itfator.
Well, we have learned an awful lot about Space Wolves. Let us learn a little bit about what it's like when we level one up. Because we got 14 levels to do. So, you better believe there's a lot of leveling up. So before we even get into these 14 levels, let's first of all see level 3 Dogmatic. Kind of what you'd expect, right? Oh, also we're level 3 this now, right? Oh, that's what gets us Power of Honor. I see. I was wondering what that was. That's this... no, that's not this one. Wait, no, that's just that's a separate thing. Okay, never mind. It's just the thing we have. You get Courage and Steel now. So Rogue Trader and allies spend 30 less momentum when activating a heroic act. Level 2. Every round of combat we gain 2 plus our Iconoclast rank, which is now 3 additional MP, so we gain 5 additional MP. I was realizing that, yeah, this must be a very different game if you have significantly lowered movement points from not being Iconoclast. And then Rogue Trader and 2 random allies start with temporary wounds equal to their own resolve. Okay. Cool. Anyway, he is level 3 here. He's got a biography? He does. Few can match the glory of the Space Wolves, the fierce and proud sons of Leman Russ, bloodthirsty hunters from the world of Fenris. Ulfar set foot on the warpath many decades ago, and the trail of blood has stretched out behind him ever since. He enters every battle with a triumphant howl, for there is no fear of death for one whose saga will be reverently sung by his brothers in the halls of the Great Wolf. His violent temper and boyish desire for glory and boasting have not been cooled by his years of fighting, nor by his ordeal of being held captive in the dark city of Komorak. Having joined the Rogue Trader's retinue, Ulfar has resumed the writing of his saga in the Koronus Expanse, and the enemies of humanity tremble at the sounds of his battle cry. Okay, cool. What does he already have? What's the easiest way of doing this? I guess the easiest way will be to do this. So he's a soldier arch militant. So he's actually very similar to how we built Argenta, but we can potentially build him differently. So soldier, he has run and gun, awareness. Oh yeah, his stats. He has high athletics, but I think some of these are just due to his natural skill in these. It seems like athletics, carouse, and awareness are kind of his 3 main ones. Anyway, so he has that. He has revel and slaughter, firearm mastery. So this is just him getting that ability, I think. Unpredictable. Gains 7% critical hit chance. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected by cover at the moment of attack. on which the soldier is protected by cover. So it's 3 plus agi bonus. But you can't take cover as a Space Marine, so that's not useful. Well, it is useful. It gives you 7% critical hit chance. We just never get the bonus, I think. Okay. Agility, followed by SS, which is second skin. Medium armor does not reduce dodge. Is your armor even medium armor? Am I going to look at this and be annoyed? It's power armor. It's not medium, right? Because medium armor is listed as medium. That's what this says, light. Yeah. So actually, yeah. So that doesn't do anything either. So that's the second ability that we found that does nothing. Or that doesn't work in the way that you would want it to. Okay. Agility, again. Followed by controlled shot. Okay. Ballistic skill. Followed by CM. Combat Master. No melee superiority. That's quite useful because that's when you're when you're surrounded bonus. Yeah. So enemies don't get advantage if they surround somebody. So that's useful given it is quite large. Alacrity. Each shot fired by the soldier gives them 1 agility until the end of their next turn. Interesting. Followed by awareness. FM. So you got firearm mastery. I don't know which one you actually took here. We could probably find that out if we needed to. Combat Medicae. So healing an ally with a medkit restores additional wounds and costs 1 AP less. Ballistic skill. Rapid fire. The soldier's next burst attack will have its rate of fire doubled but deal 25% less damage. All shots will follow random trajectories. Only works with weapons capable of burst fire. Okay. Then some demolitions. Perception. DM. DM is dueling mastery, bonus to parry. Okay. Followed by UF. Unfaltering fire. Rapid fire no longer reduces damage. So it's definitely a rapid fire kind of thing that you can do here. DWC. DWC, dual weapon combat. You can use 2 weapons in combat. Wonderful. Only if it's within the same weapon set, but still useful. IW. It will not die. Increases wounds by half of the character's level rounded up. So that's why he has a lot of wounds. D, demolition. And then another bonus to firearms. Okay. Then Arch Militant. So you get versatility. Kick. Okay. Which we know does more damage thanks to... Yes, I do want to close the interface. We know that does more damage because he's got these on. So it does 2 times strength bonus damage on top of whatever it would do normally and costs 0 AP. Okay. So back in here. So, he gets that. So, is that already calculated that? No, it's toughness bonus plus strength bonus plus 2 times strength bonus. So plus an extra 16. That's pretty good, and it does not count towards the attack limit per turn. Wow. It counts as a single melee attack for the purposes of versatility. Well, that's useful. MA. Martial Art. The target of kick must pass a toughness resistance test with 0 penalty or fall prone. What's 0? 2 times the Arch Militant's strength bonus. So that's 16 penalty, actually. Let's not worry about that. Steady superiority. Yeah, so you get that then. 1 additional AP at the 20th rank. Okay, and then ballistic skill. And that's what we have. Do you have any other features from your background? Yes. Yes, he does. I thought he might have a few, you know. So plasma weapon, melta, flame, heavy, all that sort of stuff. Eternal warrior. Should he fall unconscious, he comes back after 2 turns. We already know about that one because it told us. May use MP after attacking or using abilities. Alright. Space Marines' maximum wounds are increased by their toughness. Additionally, their bodies are considered full cover during enemy turns until they die or fall unconscious. Fenris is his world. Okay, survival instinct. Once per combat, when wounds of a Death World character drop below 30%, they gain 20% maximum wounds as temporary wounds. They also gain a 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least 1 temporary wound from any source. That's just saying he's a Space Marine. He gains combat mastery, or combat master from an origin talent. That's fine, because we know he took all of these. We saw that. Bolter weapon, use a Startist's weapon, combat master. Wait, he has combat master twice? This is a different combat master. This creature switches negative effects. It becomes staggered instead of being stunned. Cannot attack effect. Becomes slowed instead of immobilized. Okay. And is immune to falling prone, and then black carapace. Removes all dodge penalties from power armor. Nice. And then the rest of this is fine. Yeah, we already know about that. Wonderful. Right. So, we kind of want to build him, I think. So we have Argenta built as basically the constantly recharging burst fire character, right? She recharges her burst fire. So she burst fires, wildfire gives her another burst fire. She burst fires with that, does a single shot, running guns to do more burst fire, so on and so forth, right? That's how we built Argenta. How are we going to make Ulfar different? Well, he has a really high amount of strength. So what I think we probably want to do is we want to build him as a like he has high strength, high weapon skill, and high ballistic skill. We want to build him as somebody who does like melee attack, shoot, then kick. I think that's the basic pattern that we're going to take with him. We'll see. I also want to leave here a second. I just want to have a look. So this is a one-handed. This is also one-handed. He cannot have a two-handed one because it has to be his type of weaponry. Okay, I see. That's fine. I just wanted to check because I was thinking if he had a two-handed one, then his strength would actually increase his damage by a lot. Doesn't really do the same for a one-handed weapon. Okay. So, I think what it would make sense to do is it would make sense to go through his talents one by one, mark any that we think would be useful for how we want to build him, and then as we level him up, pick out of the list that we've got. I think that would be the best way to handle this, rather than trying to just look for one each time, because otherwise it's going to take forever. So, begins combat with 2 stacks of versatility. So versatility, remember, gives you weapon skill and ballistic skill, and it gives you a bonus for whichever is higher in terms of damage. So 2 extra stacks would get you to level 4 initially, which would then give you the damage increase immediately. So that's maybe good. When entering combat, the Archmilitant gains 2 times ballistic skill bonus weapon skill and 2 times weapon skill bonus ballistic skill. Now that one is really good for him because he has high weapon skill and high ballistic skill. So he gained 2 times 7 on both of them, so he gained 14 weapon skill and 14 ballistic skill. That's pretty good. The Archmilitant gains 3% bonus to critical damage for every stack of versatility. I don't think this is that important because he already gains a bonus to critical damage that we saw off of something. Oh no, he can gain a bonus to critical damage off the chainsword if we give him one. I still don't think it's that good. I don't think 3% bonus, he's not going to gain that many stacks of versatility. Bonus to armor, I also don't think is that important. When the Archmilitant attacks targets that have their armor reduced, they gain this. If they attack targets that have their deflection reduced, they gain that. Yeah, I don't care, and I don't care about the other one either. Whenever the Archmilitant or their ally uses a heroic act or desperate measure, the Archmilitant gains +1 and 10% damage on all attacks until the end of combat. That one's actually a lot more useful for Argenta, because the +1 damage adds into the multiplier. I don't know if that's that useful for him. Well, we'll tick it for now, just to see. Gaining a stack of versatility increases critical hit chance by 10% until the end of the turn. I don't think that's what we're looking for here. Killing an enemy with a melee attack makes all the Archmilitant's ranged attacks cost 1 AP less, and vice versa. That's quite nice. Yeah, so if you kill with ranged, it makes melee attacks cheaper. If you kill with melee attacks, it makes ranged attacks cheaper. Cool. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally on the Archmilitant grants 1 action point to that ally. I don't know if we need that. As long as the Archmilitant has killed at least 1 enemy with a melee attack this round, the Archmilitant gains 10 plus agi bonus % bonus to dodge. Yeah, no. We can't have these yet, but do we want devastating attack or something like this? Reduces target's armor by this. Confident Approach does this. I don't think we need either right now. The Archmilitant can use two-handed ranged weapons within melee range. Not important for us. Does damage against things that are stunned, prone, or blinded. Again, not important. The Archmilitant gains 1 stack of versatility whenever an ally grants the Archmilitant an extra turn. I mean, that's okay, but I don't think we need it. That one I don't think is needed. Don't need Burst either. I don't know if we're going to take Wildfire. The Archmilitant deals 15% damage to targets that have a priority target. Okay, no. Heavy weapon attacks cost 1 less AP, no. Enemies that were forced to make a resistance test by the Archmilitant will make any resistance test from any source with a penalty. Nope, we already have that one. Shoot on the hands. Any ranged area and burst attacks of the Archmilitant reduce the weapon skill of all enemies. Nope. Maybe. I don't know if we're going to take Cautious one there. Deathworld characters take 15% critical or gain 50% critical hit chance against targets with a bleeding effect or 50% or less of their maximum wounds. Maybe. Suffer 7 less damage from fire, toxic damage, and bleeding effects. That's toughness, right? Yeah. Maybe. Once per combat, when a Deathworld character suffers the stunned, blind, or immobilized effect, this effect is ignored. We don't gain those effects, really, because of the Combat Master thing we have. Deathworld characters gain 10% critical hit chance for axes, hammers, and las weapons. Okay, well we don't have one currently, so no. Every injury increases the Deathworld character's agility and willpower by 5. Every trauma counts as 3 injuries. Okay. These are all just advanced skills. These are all just things. You know, none of these are particularly things we have to worry about. Was Chain Weapon Expert? Gain 4 maximum damage with chain weapons. Okay. Yeah, I don't think any of this is particularly like we have to have it. Alright. Back up here. This one I think was really good. I think Broad Expertise was really good. And then, what do we want to have? I think an extra point of toughness could be nice. We have a couple of things that scale off of it, so having that bonus go up would be nice. Increasing ballistic skill or weapon skill obviously is nice because it increases the other one. Well, once we get an extra 5 on top of it. And strength, of course, is also nice. Let's take a point in weapon skill. Sure. Here, now we can have a look at what we got. So we have kick already. What's Cautious Approach? So this is you gain dodge and parry for each stack. If you have more than 4 stacks, it removes a slowed, blinded, bleeding, burning, and toxin and becomes immune to those effects as well as stun and prone, although we are already kind of. Confident Approach, I think, would be fine. I don't even know if we need that. What's Reckless Rush? Immediately gains 3 plus the Archmilitant's Agi bonus, which is 4 MP, so 7 MP. If the Archmilitant has stacks of versatility, those stacks are doubled until the end of the turn. But then the Archmilitant loses all stacks that were added at the start of the turn. So you gain a lot of MP and you're able to charge in at places. Potentially good. I kind of like Reckless Rush. Let's take it. I think a Lifetime of Scars is probably good here. We already have dual weapon combat. Just thought I'd double check some things here. Yeah, so let's take Lifetime of Scars. So taking less damage from fire, toxic, and bleeding. So things that could slowly burn them down over time. Okay. Skill. Let's think about how we're going to use him. If we're going to use him, we have to take someone else out of the party, right? So who is he going to replace? His intelligence is garbage. So he's not going to replace Pascal at any point, right? So we can just knock Pascal off. He's not going to replace a Cassia. He's not going to replace a Jai. So those are also off the list. So Now we get into other questions. His perception is fine. His strength is his main thing. His agility is not that good. So demolitions is probably not his path, which means he's probably not replacing Argenta. Means he's probably replacing someone like a Heinrichs if we were going to have them in the party more, right? Which means we're talking about his athletics being the thing that we improve, potentially. Yeah, I think athletics seems like the kind of thing we'd want to improve here. Okay. Do we have something for... What is... every ability has like an extra. What does the Reckless one have as its extra? Just want to have a look here. So you get every ability has like a... take this extra thing and it makes your ability better. I just want to see what the... we in common talents or talents? We're in talents, yeah. So you see like Confident Approach does something here. Devastating Attack does something. I'm just seeing, was there any for Reckless Rush? There we go. As long as we have stacks of versatility, Reckless Rush costs 0 action points. Nice. That seems really good. That's a nice thing to have. Here, what do we want to do here? Already increased weapon skill. We could increase it again, which would then actually give us a ballistic skill bonus. Or do we take ballistic skill here? I think I'm going to do 2 weapon skills to start with. Then we have to take one of these things. Being able to move a little bit quicker is nice, but we already have the ability to move quicker thanks to... yeah, thanks to Reckless Rush now. We could maybe just take characteristics training, like ballistic skill. I think that seems good. Right. Then, killing an enemy for melee attack makes range attacks cost 1 less AP. And vice versa. I think that could be okay. Yeah. Here, we could take more athletics, go even further into it. If we take awareness, which is not his best stat, but it could be, he could potentially replace like an Urlet in combat. Or not in combat, out of combat stuff. Yeah, like something like that seems okay. Then we'll take another point in ballistic skill, so we're evening those up. I do think this one's good. Whenever you reach 0 wounds, you gain 20% of his maximum wounds. Because he has so many maximum wounds, this is incredible. Yeah, I think this seems very good for him here. I also think that he doesn't use all of his MP anyway, so that's probably not good. I do like being able to use the heroic act of both warrior and soldier, but I think this one seems very nice. Okay. Again, we get to pick one of these. Let's pick athletics. What else have we got here? Custom to Glory is very good, because we do tend to have a heroic act or desperate measure trigger. So just 10% more damage on every attack, effectively. It's not bad. Take more weapon skill out of that there. Here. What do we want to do here? Power Weapon Expert. They gain 10% armor penetration. Seeing what we got. You could take another characteristic. We could take a toughness characteristic one. Puts them up to 80. Nice. Here, Wildfire is very good. I do think that Wildfire is very good. It's potentially worth taking anyway. I think it could end up being fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess because of the versatility... Yeah, it gives you an extra attack, which I think is going to be really good, especially if we're lowering the AP per attack. And that's very good. Okay, if we're taking Wildfire, is there a Wildfire talent I needed to take? Seeing here, there is a Wildfire talent, right? Temp for the week. See, this is what I didn't want to be doing, which was going through here. Flashfire. It's 3 stacks of versatility instead of 4. Yeah, I think that is worth doing, actually. Okay. Characteristic, we'll take more weapon skill, I guess. Skill, we will take... I guess another one in... awareness for now. Just trying to even them up a little bit. Always ready. Starting with 2 stacks of versatility is nice. If wildfire is triggers on every 3, means all you have to do is attack once and then you wildfire when it costs 2. There's nothing else I've marked. Let's take always ready then. Here, toughness is probably good. Strength is probably good. Let's go strength. Strength. That puts us up to 90 on strength. Get another one of these. We don't have anything that we need here, so I'm just double checking what we got. Yeah, I don't think these are things I need. We could take a skill thing. We could take weapon, or we could take base skill athletics. Yeah. And then we're going to take the ability to use the warrior and soldier archetype ones in the single combat, because I think that's really good. Cool. So, let's apply. I was worried for a second because nothing was applying. So we have high athletics. We have high stats in general. Toughness is high. Yeah, I think this is going to end up being good for us. Right, that took a while. I'm happy that I split that off into a separate episode, or we would have been, yeah, still doing this at the end of the previous one. Right, now we're equipping all the equipment that we got previously, like this bit of armor here, so we gain int bonus to our weapon skill and ballistic skill, and dodge if our intelligence more than 65. It is exactly 65, so that's fine. We don't get it because it has to be more than. But yeah, at least we get a little bit of ballistic skill and weapon skill off our intelligence. It gives us a reason to keep taking intelligence ups. Cool. We got any other things that would be useful here? I kind of want it to be newest to oldest on this one. Strength and toughness we don't need. Immune to slowed and immobilized. I don't think we need necessarily. But we'll equip because we have nothing else on right now. Each heroic act increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat is what we have. That is very nice. Oh, I think that it's literally just given... I think because we picked these up, it's given us them in that order. Never mind, let's do type then. We don't have the charge ability. We're not going to use Deadeye shots, I don't think. No, that's fine. Anatomy tome. Wearer gains strength bonus plus int bonus additional damage for single attacks against human enemies and a bonus to Medicae. No. Don't use press the advantage. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at a 1 cell radius also inflicts bleeding. Don't think we need that. What are we comparing this against? Plus 10 to all skills and can reroll skill checks or lower Imperium. And it gives us lower Imperium armor and lower Imperium critical damage to Xenos and demons. And they can reroll a failed test once per test. Which actually means that we have 2 reroll test things. Yeah, so we're not going to equip any of this on us. Okay. That's fine. Have we got anything else that sounds... that we might need to do? Let's have a look in here. So we're not going to use the chainsword. Assault lasgun. Is it better than the Archaeotech lasgun? I don't think it is. Just seeing again what we have. Combat shotgun's not going to be better. Nope, nope. Just going through each of these, just going, nope, not going to be better, not going to be better. None of this, none of this. Those are long lasers, which we've seen a lot of. None of this is going to be better. Trophy lasguns, I also don't think are going to be better. Nope. Swarm Protector, no. I think that is us pretty much set here. Yeah, I think we're happy with that. Okay. Yeah. The only one is that. So what slot's this? Let's see if we've got anything that goes in that slot. Keep going down here. Okay, there we go. So we got the Blessed Bolter casing. And then nothing else. Oh no, then these ones. So Whenever the wearer of this badge gains a stack of versatility, don't care. This is the combat tactics one, so I think this is probably worth equipping. Nice. Head is a bonus, gains bonus to Lore Xenos. They also grant critical hit against Xenos. What else do we have in a head slot that we could equip? So we have bonus to Commerce Awareness. Can't use. Let's avoid being crit one. Coercion. Minus to Perception. Whenever you dodge a parrying incoming attack, you gain 10 momentum. Yeah, we'll keep our current one on. And then we have hands. Let's go back to hands for a second here. So these give us 5% damage and a 5% critical hit chance to single shots and dead eye shots. Let's see if we have anything that seems good here. No, I don't think any of these seem good. Although maybe this one. A +5 bonus to power reduction. If the target has Conviction Iconoclast, all allies gain 10 plus 2 times Iconoclast rank hit chance against enemies adjacent to the wearer. Yeah, no, that's not going to be useful. Melee attacks, assassin, run and gun. Through a successful attack, these gauntlets grant the wearer 50% chance to inflict the bleeding effect. Okay, cool, we don't need any of that. Right. We're sorted. Ulfar, we might as well do you next. Oh, luckily most of it is unequipable, which makes it much easier to work out what we need. So he doesn't have charge, doesn't do dead eye shots. Wielder gains a strength plus int bonus, additional damage for single attacks against human enemies, and a bonus to Medicae. That might be fine, but we'll leave it for now. I mean, you might do this, so we'll give you that one. Move without provoking attacks of opportunity as long as they have less than 50% wounds left. Probably not needed. Negates all energy damage to the wearer 3 times per combat. Toughness bonus to Medicae. Also grants toughness bonus to MP after using a medkit. If the wearer uses a non-attacking consumable item, counts as a different attack type for the purposes of versatility. Tech use. Carouse. That's a new weapon. Psi rating. He doesn't have any psi rating. Thought I'd just double check there. Just looked over at it. Tech use. Psychic. Gain deflection equal to the wearer's psi rating. Another attack. Logic. Grants persuasion and Inquisitor's Decree ability. That gives momentum. Bleeding, burning. Or burning, bleeding, and toxic effects are removed from all allies. And you gain persuasion divided by 7 temporary wounds. Okay. Whenever 2 attacks are damaged by the wearer's area attack, the wielder gains resolve momentum. Tech use. Heretical. Psychic powers. Lore warp stuff. Okay, and psychic. So, I guess the Medicae one is your best one, probably here. So the Medicae toughness bonus. Which I guess means that we also probably want to give you some medkits. You can't use these because you don't have any med... Oh, you can use these ones, but you can't use these medkits. Alright, well I guess I'll give you the trash medkits then. Enjoy. That's fine. I guess we should have taken field medic. I thought he already had it, to be honest. But that's fine, whatever. That'll be fine. Do we have any headgear that would be good for him? Or that he can use? No? Do we have any gear that can go in here? Yeah, whenever you gain versatility, you get 3 momentum. Alright, I guess you'll take that because you have nothing else. Alright then. And no headgear. Right. And we've already done his weapons, right? Yeah. Jai. Should be quick. Have we got anything that can fit into that slot? So it's these ones. Yes. You do single shots all the time. Voice of Command you do use. That's another bonus, by the way, that was being applied to Argenta's damage. That's another percentage damage increase that we were doing. Armor? Oh wait, yeah, we equipped our armor, but I just want to check that we've got better bodied love, so we'll equip that to start with. We got anything else that would be better? No, I think that was the best one that we had. Okay, wonderful. Whenever you deal damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skills reduced. Lower Imperium. Once per turn, the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol. Next attack costs 0. That's the pistol thingy that I forgot that she had. Yeah, we do have better weaponry, actually, in theory. Yeah, sure, you can have that. That'll do. And then you got this, which increases the damage of things that you apply, which you can apply using Shuriken Pistol, I think, or Blast Pistol or something. Maybe you can't anymore. Maybe it was when you had the Toxic Pistol. Maybe this does nothing. What slot is that in? I'm not sure. Let's try to see. Oh, it's in this slot. Okay, so we might have something better for you here. Let's see if she has anything that's useful. That's 10% dodge. So we might as well give you that to start with. And we can keep going through here and see if we got anything else that's better. Nope. Nope. Lowers enemy's perception in a 5-cell radius by the wearer's fell bonus. Okay, that's kind of okay, I guess. Gains 15 bonus to fellowship whenever there are no enemies in a 4-cell radius. You just tend to stay back, but I don't know if that's what we really want. Yeah, I think this is fine. Right. So she's kind of set up. Just want to check these ones for her quickly. So I'm not sure lower Imperium going up by a tiny amount is really worth it, but maybe it is. I think that should be fine. The only one I was thinking is maybe this one. Gives you a bonus to Persuasion and an Inquisitor's Decree. I think this one's better. Yeah. So that gives her a lot more Persuasion. Wonderful. And it gives her a new ability that she can potentially use. Right. Now we're going to Pascal. Pascal, again, we check whether he's got anything that can go in that one slot. He's got something for bolter stuff, which won't go in there. That's just hit chance and critical hit chance. Do we have better for him? No. Alright, well, that's fine then. He's got tech use here and plasma weapon stuff, and he uses a plasma weapon. That's fine. His boots currently increases movement speed by 3. That'll be fine. This increases... Using any medikit costs 1 AP less. I don't think he needs that, and I don't think he needs the Medicaid one. Well, you can use the Medicaid one, but you'd maybe give him a different one of these. Is there not something that's skilled off of tech use? No. Okay. I thought there was something that was useful, but maybe I am crazy. Strength plus int bonus damage for single attacks against human enemies is pretty good. Guess it's probably better than this. Yeah. That'll be fine. Wonderful. So you're set up. Right. You. Again, you've only got a couple of things that could even go up there, which you can't use. That's fine. Armor. We do have new... Actually, I forgot to check armor for you. Yeah. Armor-wise, you're currently using the 60 armor. Is that the best? I think it is. Yeah, I think that's the best armor that we got, because we got 40 armor. Otherwise, that's fine. Right. You. Ranger armor is better, I think. That's what we were working at. Yeah, if your agility is more than 65, which it isn't. So yeah, this ranger armor will be fine. Then we're going to go to weaponry. Check the weaponry she can use. Is this better? No. Okay. Eye of Hecaton. That is significantly better. Why am I not using that? Oh, because we've just got it. That's the one we got from Caligos Winterscale. Grants 5 MP after each attack and allows the wearer to move after attacking. If attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets, it has no cooldown. And it has 100% over penetration. Yeah, it's incredible. You don't really need these as your secondary, but you'll have them anyway. Anything else in here? Don't think so. Think you're pretty much set up on that. Armor's set up, then we're looking here. So your helmet, I think, is you've got. Well, what does it do? Bonus perception, but -5 to willpower. That's fine. For every kill, increases their critical hit chance by 5% until the end of combat. That's fine. Apex Predator gloves are fine. Whenever you hit an enemy with a Deadeye shot, reduces the enemy's deflection by 1 and applies 1 exploit until the end of combat. Okay. We did have other ones in here for you not that long ago, but that's fine. This item reduces wounds by 10% but increases critical hit chance by 3 times toughness bonus, which is only 9%, but that's okay as well, I think. I think I'm happy enough here. I think I'm happy. You? Grants us ranged attacks 2 times rate of fire % damage, yeah. Revel and Slaughter increases perception by 10% until the end of combat. This armor is really good, so it's 38%. Just seeing if we have any better stuff. So we're looking for pure better numbers. I don't see any that are obvious. I think this is the only one that we'd go for. Awareness divided by 10% dodge, so that would give you 8% more dodge, which isn't as good. Okay, that's fine. Next thing, just have a little look here at weaponry. Heavy bolter's going to be best. I think this is going to be best. I think that we're quite happy with her weaponry that she had before. Helmets, I think we're fine. Yeah. Now we're looking at these ones. What is that? So that is reload costs 1 AP less, and this is 10 to 14 damage. You do have another thing here, which is 8 to 12 damage. I think I'm happy with where we are with those, actually. Yeah, I think we're mostly happy. Ballistic skill and critical damage. I think we're fine, unless we have something that seems much better here, which I don't think we do. Well, when they use running gun, they gain agi bonus divided by 3 damage on ranged attacks and do not suffer winded. So agi bonus divided by 3 is plus 2 damage, but remember that our weapon has really low base damages, so plus 2 is a pretty big increase now, actually. So if I was going to get rid of that, can I give you that? No, not really. Because you got the recoil Space Marine stuff, and it's Astartes power gloves, although maybe it would be fine. Can you use gloves that other people can use? No. Okay, well that's fine then. I think that this might be better. But the critical damage is really good actually on what she's got, so it's fine. That gives you 1 rate of fire. Whenever you deal damage to the enemy, you have a chance to gain 2 MP. Is there anything better boot-wise that we could be using? Just gonna quickly scan through these. No. Gains 5 agility and 4 times agility bonus plus dogmatic % dodge against enemies' attacks of opportunities. I mean, the extra agility is nice. Whenever you perform a single shot ranged attack from any cover, it gains awareness divided by 4% armor pen. I don't know, I think that these are pretty nice. Yeah, I think that these are pretty nice. Let's give you those. Right. So it's you set up. And now Abelard. Right, now Abelard, what are your wrists do? They give you 10 strength. Well, these ones give us 10 strength and 5 toughness, so you might as well have those. What else have we got here? Yeah, this is the one that keeps you alive. This is the one that gives you temporary wounds. Yeah. You got your hammer. Kill with 2 more enemies with a single attack. The attack does not spend all of the wearer's MP is definitely interesting. 5 toughness if their intelligence is less than 35. I just realized that means that technically your toughness would go down slightly when you when he gains the extra bonus to all characteristics, but that doesn't matter too much because his toughness would go up with that anyway. 2 deflection against ranged attacks, 50 armor seems good. 5% armor there. I don't think the 5% armor is that good. Is there a better helmet? Potentially the momentum helmet is good. Yeah, I do think the momentum helmet is potentially good. 5% to armor is okay though. Yeah. The bonus of this one is that he does actually parry quite a lot. But no, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think I'm happy with where he is as well. Right. Good. That took a long time to level up. Let's just make sure that we're ready to go next time by having a chat with everybody who is remaining here, and then we can figure out where the game wants us to go.
Yes?
No, I think you're fine. Okay, double check that everyone seems okay. That's alright.
Lord Captain.
That's okay. You would have thought that some of these people would be like, Space Marine? You got a Space Marine? But no, they don't care.
May these instruct. May the filters.
That's fine. Right, okay. And we've spoken to everybody, right? Oh, and oh, where's Earliette? Oh, she's over here. She's all the way where we previously had our conversation. Okay. So, the only thing we haven't done is the commissar stuff that we did previously. Okay, and that's why there's the win the battle arena battle thing. You could send them into the arena battle. I see. Okay. Find the missing companions. Have done. Troubling developments. Find a way to escape Komarak. Okay. So, next time we're going to start by dealing with these two, and then we're going to go to the arena. So that seems like a good plan. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.